Terrible things are happening in South Africa. The leadership is doing some terrible things, horrible things. So that's under investigation right now. We'll make a determination. And until such time as we find out what South Africa is doing, they're taking away land, they're confiscating land, and actually they're doing things that are perhaps far worse than that.
In this video, we discuss President Donald Trump's recent executive order. This order freezes United States aid to South Africa. The action follows the introduction of a new land expropriation law. This law allows the South African government to take land under specific circumstances. The law aims to address injustices from the apartheid era. However, the White House claims it discriminates against the white minority. The law, known as the Expropriation Act, was signed by President Cyril Ramaphosa. It permits the government to expropriate land that is not being used. The intention is to redistribute land for public interest. This is a sensitive issue due to South Africa's history of racial discrimination. During apartheid, black South Africans were dispossessed of their land. They were forced to live in designated areas, often with limited resources. The White House argues that the Expropriation Act blatantly discriminates against ethnic minority Afrikaners. This statement marks the concern over the rights of white South Africans. The Trump administration believes that the law could lead to violence against minority farmers. In a statement, the White House declared that the United States would stop aid. This freeze will remain as long as South Africa supports bad actors globally. In addition to freezing aid, Trump plans to resettle white South African farmers. This program will offer these farmers and their families refugee status in the United States. This initiative reflects a broader concern about safety for minority groups in South Africa. Elon Musk, originally from South Africa, has been vocal about this land law. He has used social media to express his concerns. Musk is a close ally of Trump and heads the new Department of Government Efficiency. His involvement adds a notable dimension to the discussion. The halt in aid is part of a larger shift in U.S. foreign policy. Trump is advocating for an America First approach. This approach prioritizes American interests over international commitments. The freeze on aid to South Africa aligns with this policy direction. The White House's summary of the executive order is clear. It states that the United States will not support countries that engage in discrimination. The implications of this decision could be for U.S.-South Africa relations. The situation is further complicated by South Africa's actions at the International Court of Justice. The country has accused Israel of genocide. This accusation has drawn criticism and has strained diplomatic relations. The Trump administration is likely to view this as part of a broader pattern of behavior. This executive order has sparked discussions in various circles. Supporters argue that it protects the rights of minorities. Critics, however, may view it as an overreach of U.S. influence in foreign affairs. The freeze on aid is expected to have economic repercussions. South Africa relies on foreign assistance for various development projects. The loss of U.S. support could hinder progress in addressing socio-economic issues. As this situation unfolds, the international community will be watching closely. The actions taken by the Trump administration could set a precedent. It may influence how other nations approach land reform and minority rights. In this way, Trump's executive order reflects ongoing tensions regarding land ownership in South Africa. The decision to freeze aid and resettle farmers marks the complexities of international relations. The implications for both countries will likely be deep.